Don't ever be ashamed of anything you've done in your life. Face it, fix it, make it better. Build belief, build confidence to the point where nothing can hurt you because you know exactly who you are. Whether you like it or not, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, a lot of us are at war with ourselves. And within that war, we have several battles. Those battles are basically choices. No, I'm not talking about a war that you might find in the Coliseum. I'm talking about a war that's in your brain. That war exists because life has so many choices. Within those choices, you gotta make right decisions. But you know what? Fuck that. Your alarm goes off in the morning. You don't have to wake up. Don't wake up, don't worry about that. When you're in school, you know what? Fuck that, man. It's too hard to study. So don't study. You know what? Don't eat healthy because you don't have to. So guess what? When you fail, don't blame your mom, don't blame your dad, don't blame teachers. Only person you have to blame is yourself.
If anybody can do it, it would be you. And yet you still sit here to this day and fucking second yourself. You still sit here to this day and not put in the work, and still sit here to this day and do half of the fucking things you're supposed to, or do it perfectly for 3 days in a row and then give up. How do you think the people that believe in you fucking feel? The people that wouldn't put that same belief in somebody else are putting it in you, and yet you don't show up for not only yourself, but for them. You have to do some serious rethinking, my friend. You have to do some serious fucking talking with yourself about what kind of person you are. Because if you can't even show up, not only for you, but for them, then what makes you think that you could show up for anybody else in your life? Alright? Especially when you don't want to show up. Usually when somebody believes in you, it's because you're doing something that you want. Something that you want to pursue, something that you're passionate about. I believe I can go and do this. I truly believe that I can make it happen.
Don't look at everything else as the problem. Look at yourself and see how you can change yourself to where nothing bothers you, to where you're unbothered about a lot of things, and to where life doesn't exactly affect you in that manner. It's changing your perception that kind of changes the world around you, because it's the small things that we don't appreciate. So in order to appreciate everything, you have to be very, very, very analytical. So in being analytical, you start to observe the world in a different manner. So even how you approach people, even how you move, even how you think. When you change the way you think, you change the way you perceive the world.
Only you create your purpose. Now, trying to always impress others does not work. Now with millions and millions of supporters and family and fans, and trust me, some motherfuckers will hit me up and be mad disappointed with some decisions I made, be mad disappointed with some music, and I've tried my best to impress or meet this standard, you know, always. Fuck that. Make yourself happy. Like, bro, you guys can accomplish anything you want to fucking accomplish, bro. You guys are amazing beings, amazing people, and slowly but surely you'll start to see what is the negative source in your life beyond all else. You can have an amazing career. You can have the amazing career, you can have the most money, you can have all of these things. But if you're not growing as a person, if you can't look at yourself and consider yourself a good person, and you can't be satisfied with yourself, what are you really?
That's why I even try and tell people that just embrace the struggle, bro, because one day it's gonna be done. I look back on them times and actually somehow miss them still. But yeah, I miss everything. Don't like die trying to live someone else's life, innit? I kind of just say live yours anytime someone asks me for some advice. It's very vague, but it's like it goes such a long way, and just don't try and live mine, and likewise to any other like person that you see in the public eye.
Wherever you at in life right now, you on the right path, you where you supposed to be. Don't rush it. Slow and steady, anything slow be for sure, anything fast don't last. You know, look at it like you plant a seed. You still gotta water, nurture that seed, even when you don't see nothing, even when you see a stick, twig. You know, you still gonna be nurturing and nurturing. Then you get the fruit at the end. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. And the second best time to plant a tree is today.
Everything is possible in your life when you believe. When you believe, everything is possible. You have a two hands.
Obsession's gonna be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about? Let's face it, it's you against you out there. When you walk on that court, you have to think, I am the best guy out there. So let me ask you again, do you love this game?
You have to want it. You have to want to be better.
You gotta want it as bad as you want to breathe.
Where all you want to do is be successful, as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
Consistency, man, that's the name of the game, bro. Don't get much simpler than that. If you keep going every single day and don't stop, your competition will fall off, bro. These niggas ain't cut like you, bro. They ain't ready for prime time. They ain't trying to really get right. They take days off, this day off, that day off. They lazy. I'm tired. No. Grind every day, one foot in front of the other, bro. And I promise you, you're gonna be lapping these folks, bro. Give it a year. Watch what happens.
Don't so hard on yourself. I love that you have such high standards. But those aren't high standards. That's called perfection. And most people overestimate what they can do in a year. They underestimate what they can do in 2 or 3 decades. And you haven't been around long enough to have those extra 2 or 3 decades. So don't fuck it up. There's time. And if you give yourself just a little bit of time, and if you'll be a little more loving to yourself, I think you're going to find you got a lot to give.
Some people tell us, this generation, they don't have what it takes. Gen Z, we talk about it all day. They try to pull us down and say we don't know what we're doing. They wrong, though. You know why? Because not only y'all have what it takes, but y'all have something even bigger. Y'all have the heart. Y'all have the courage. Y'all can go out here and tell and express your thoughts and say it with conviction and passion and stand on it and be unapologetic about it. And somebody pull you to the side, you know what? You was wrong about that. And you can be like, I appreciate it.
Not better than nothing, bro. And it's so hard to just find people that just want to see you win. Just, wow, like, yo, he going crazy.
Right.
You feel me? Because people just be envy one day and just don't like what you're doing.
Once you've already won, people are like, he's amazing, he's so good. But like, that's the time when you need it the least. And so you always have to be the person who roots for you before everyone else does. If everyone else were cheering you on, then it means you're not in the right place, because it means you're just like everyone else, and that's not where you want to be.
I'm all in on my whiskey. I'm all in on my clothing, my fitness regime, the McGregor Fast program. I am all in on the fight game. I just want my worth. There's a lot of politics in the game. The fight game is full of sharks, but I'm the fucking whale. So I want what's mine, and that's what I'm going to get what I deserve. Well, again, yes. See, I was visualizing before I even knew about it. Obviously, soccer is huge in Ireland and the UK, and it was my first love, most certainly. I used to sneak out of the house late at night, and there used to be a little grass patch by my home, and I would take the football out and play on the grass patch on my own, and I would kick the ball against the wall. And when I kicked the ball against the wall, I would imagine it was a goal, the goal net, and I scored a goal, and I would run off, and I would visualize a screaming arena cheering me on. And they were my first visions of selling out arenas and doing these type of things. Although it didn't end up in the football game, I ended up in a similar one. So it all worked out, and it was all true visualization. So I was just a young kid with a dream. You know what I mean? And sometimes my dreams change, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself. And for many times I was laughed at and not believed in. But you know what? Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that could take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough. It's just about making sure your internal dialogue and your internal belief in yourself is strong enough that it can withstand the external. The external is there. You've got to accept it. You've got to embrace it. You've got to understand it and be aware of it. But don't let it seep into your internal dialogue.
And I'm telling you from the bottom of my soul, it is so easy to beat people today. They are so soft. They have no work ethic. No one can stick with anything. Everyone's distracted. They're on social media. They're counting their fucking notifications because they can't stick with shit. They can't say no.
It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak. Most people don't want to go to that extra mile. Most people don't want to find that extra because it sucks. It's miserable. It's lonely.
Everyone does a few reps when the burn starts and they stop. No one goes the extra mile. It keeps going. Like no one's in here right now. Why? Because it's Saturday evening, everyone's going to party, no one's in here. It's me. You know, no one goes the extra mile. The thing about traffic jams, guys, there are no traffic jams in the last mile of the race. It's just you and your shadow.
There's so many people that have the ability and just refuse to get off that couch. Refuse to study a few more hours. Refuse to go deeper, to go further.
Just be the best version of yourself in anything that you do. You don't have to live anybody else's story. Sometimes people make it seem like you have to have certain prerequisites or a crazy life story in order to be successful in this world. But the truth is, you really don't. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you have or don't have, what you lack, what you have too much of. But all you need to have is faith in God, an undying passion for what you do or what you choose to do in this life.
I'm going to be greater than any of them. Me.